Hey, how's it going, guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to do something different. So I got in a chance, well, it's not really a chance, but still I got in a game called SnowRunner, and I have experienced plenty of it already. Now I do want to mention, first of all, I did not yet finish the game, and to be honest with you, with this sort of a game you can't exactly finish unless you just simply go through all of the quests that are available. So what is SnowRunner is about, because this is more of a niche title and not a lot of people actually know too much about it. Now what you're seeing here in front of you already, this is pretty much it. You pretty much have to drive around, deliver stuff, anything, to components, to materials, to, like I said, anything, right? To destinations from going from point A to point B. On the way, of course, there is some a little bit extra content that you could be involved yourself into. For example, you need to be repairing bridges, you need to moving out the mudslides and stuff like that, so you can get through. And the difficulties in this is actually because you need to figure out what kind of upgrade system, what kind of I was about to say weapons. Can you believe this? Because I've been playing so much FPS games. But anyway, so basically you need to figure out what exactly trucks and vehicles can go through the mud, the water, the river, and some, you need to make sure what kind of wheels, what kind of the gravity that supports. You also have a winch, for example, to support to the tree, so it can pull you away from the mud. Or for example, if you want to be speedier, you need to make sure you get the proper wheels for the on-road. There's off-road as well wheels. There's just plenty of different variations in these in this game that it has, that you can actually pay attention to, that you can actually try and actually enjoy the game because of it. Now I have to mention this one thing. This game is a very, very slow. It's super slow. A lot of people may get to it may get under their skin of how frustrating this game can be, because mind you, this game does not respect a lot of your time. So consider this, right? The terrain is extremely difficult to be driving around. Okay, so you need to figure out the best routes possible. By that, you can actually mark on the map the waypoint exactly where you want to be going. So of course, if this means there's, like, say there's a snow terrain, and obviously you don't know, under the snow there may be mud, so you need to figure out what kind of wheels do you want for snow, for mud. Do you want wheels for just simply off-roading? Because like everything does involve to a sort of degree of what you need to be preparing for the future. Okay, so you need to make sure that you know what kind of trucks, what kind of wheels, what kind of delivery, and what you're going to be carrying as well. Because a lot of components, they don't just simply go in the back of your truck and you just go your merry way and get to the destination. It's not that simple. It really is not. The journey itself is very tough, like I touched on already. Okay, you have to figure these things out. If you get stuck, you can also always come back to the garage, just simply by two presses of a button, basically. But this means that you will lose all of that progress that you have made. So you're pretty much starting from the beginning, maybe even further back. That depends. So you need to be making sure that you are very, very well prepared. And this is actually kind of be very satisfying if you pull it through. You get the XP, you get the rewards as a cash, right? And this is actually kind of incentivizes you to find better vehicles. And by that, you simply go around the, I'm not sure, the world, let's say that, right? The areas. And then you find trucks that are stuck in the mud, or maybe they're stuck in the water. You need to pull them out by using a wrench. And so this vehicle is yours. You can use it. But of course, sometimes you'll need to repair it first, or just simply regain it to your garage. I shouldn't say regain it, since it never was yours, but basically you can keep it for yourself if you wish. There's plenty of upgrade systems that this game also supports, and always different variations as well. Like, for example, I want to touch on this example. When you be playing this game too, I apologize, guys, first of all, that I'm actually a little bit all over the place with this commentary, but I kind of have very mixed feelings about this. Not necessarily to say they're negative, but I just have mixed feelings about this game. This game is an example. If you be going through the terrain, sometimes you could you may misjudge this road that you initially thought it should be secured and safe for you, because this truck cannot perhaps go through the mud going up the hill, as an example, right? You can get stuck. There's no way you can actually use a wrench to support, so it could pull you out. So with this actually opportunity can come in as a co-op play. People can come to you and pretty much rescue you as well. You need to be very careful with the very long trucks that has trailers attached as well, and whenever you're making tight turns and stuff like that, you need to pay attention to these sort of stuff. It is actually very, very good. Like, it has a lot of physics in this game, and actually this physics works very, very well. The map of the world itself, the SnowRunner map, is very big. It's kind of separated out to multiple areas, and you need to figure out where to go. First, what you usually want to do is take an off-roading vehicle, not a van, actually more like a van, like a little truck. You need to unlock the areas of the map. By that, of course, you need to go to a certain area, and basically you need to make your way through, and this way you will actually find out how to get to that area with using a truck or using an off-road vehicle, whatever. But of course there's a little bit more to this game perhaps that you were not expecting. As an example, the vehicles, pretty much all of them, you can actually have a handbrake, right? You need to let go of the handbrake to simply to drive, right? Or maybe you need to turn off your vehicle just to make sure that you don't use up the fuel. Yes, you have to replenish fuel as well. In short, I feel like this game has a lot of similarities to a little game that a lot of people actually may not like, is Death Stranding. Death Stranding basically is more of a package delivery that like a lot of people like to say, and people say it's a walking simulator. It truly is not, though, because there's so much more to Death Stranding. And because of this, SnowRunner may be coming out as of like, maybe, I'm not too sure, like a package delivery, but instead of the walking around, you use trucks. And of course, yes, to a certain degree it is true, but there's so much more that you need to develop into this game for you to actually understand everything that it also supports. There's a lot of things that you can be doing in this game. There's a lot of quests, there's a lot of deliveries, packages and stuff like that. The terrain, like I said, everything, it does have to be considered how you want to go about in the best possible way. Unless, of course, there's always difficulties that you may have to go through the certain roads, different terrains, and you can get stuck. Because of this, you're gonna have to, unfortunately, will be in a bit of a difficult situation, I should say, right? And so a lot of people will be wondering if this game really truly is worth the time and the investment if they would like to actually put their buy it and experience it for them. So my question is this: do you enjoy slow types of games that are, for example, not just simply action right there in front of them? Not necessarily to say an action in terms of shooting and killing people, because usually that's what all about gaming is nowadays, of course. But this case, it's a lot more calm, a little bit, can be frustrating experiences as well. I'm not gonna deny that. But what do you prefer in the video games that you usually play? You have to consider this. Because this game is not exactly cheap, at least at the moment. This game, came out like a year ago, as I'm recording this video anyway. Yeah, it's about a little bit more than a year ago now. And I've just simply recently got it. I've been playing it, and I have been enjoying it as well. But of course, this game isn't exactly very supportive for me to continue playing and getting those, I'm not too sure how many quests there are. It seems like to me 200 to 300 quests, and there is no story, right? There is no start, middle and end. Basically all you do is get through from point A to B and going through different areas, exploring them, opening them up, and getting more quests done and deliveries delivered, basically. And between that, there's a lot more things that you can be doing in this game. And yes, a lot of people may consider this to be fun. I personally find it to be fun as well, but it's personal preferences of what you guys want to experience in this sort of a game. Okay, so if you're not a patient person, then I would actually consider saying that maybe not getting this game. This game will get you frustrated, and a lot of people, may end up hating it as well. And, you have to really consider what you want to be doing in this game and why are you getting it. Is it just because of the driving, the mechanics of the physics? Because if that's the case, if these things are it, you're gonna have a hell of a great time with this game. At least that's what it was for me. And I like the physics, I like to see these trucks. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So since I was a child, I always had these little games and toys, I should say, of actually trucks and cars and vehicles, and these basically heavy duty vehicles too. And I always like going to the set and taking these toys with me, and always making path for them to follow through, and always seeing these, like, whenever these wheels make the path in the mud or dirt or sand, and you see the satisfaction in that. At least that was for me. For you guys, it may not be the same thing. But I do know a lot of boys and hell, even girls, who knows? They like to see these things, and maybe they had some kind of satisfaction in that. This game actually has that satisfaction, and it kind of gives you that sense of relief that, oh my god, I definitely want to play this game because of the reason of that alone. And if that's the case, if you actually like this sort of thing, this game might be for you. But again, be patient. For me, first, when I was trying to get into this game, I had some difficulties of actually adjusting and getting used to it. But after, because there's one thing I kind of despise in little games like this, because they are very particular of what they have to do. As an example, one example, there's no centering of the wheels. Just a little example. It's not the main reason, but there's just no centering of the wheels. So if you turn right, you'll stay right, unless if you speed up, then it'll turn over to center. Again, that's realistic. I understand that trucks do this. You have to actually physically turn it back again to make sure that you continue going straight or forward without turning. I get that. But again, I kind of wanted to have a little options. By the way, guys, does not mean that all the time all the vehicles perform the same. They don't. All the vehicles perform differently. And yes, this means that centering the wheel is actually going to be happening different to all the different types of vehicles. So if you use a van, it will be easier. You use a truck, it will be harder. Again, there's a lot more to this. Now, I love the way there's so many variations of vehicles that you can use. There are cranes, there are, okay, like I think my vocabulary in English language isn't that large, so I don't think I will be able to tell you absolutely all of them, but there are some absolutely insane amount, and also they are very, very appealing and look awesome, and actually awesome to drive as well. Alright guys, I feel like I've dragged this long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys all later, and yeah, have a good one.